Hey guys, how's it going? Stan Coney here, and welcome back to Part Time to All Time. Don't know why there was a really weird pause there. It's crunch time. So, Portsmouth have offered me the managerial job. The problem is, things aren't as simple as that, because Birmingham gave me the interview. I'm still waiting to hear from them, although I think maybe Portsmouth is the more attractive option. It kind of depends unless we limp to the end of the season with Birmingham and then they give us like big bucks at the end of the season. But, you know, but there's the caveat that there's two more jobs that has now been applied for, and that's Bristol City, who offer more than Birmingham, at least in wage budget, according to what the advert said, but also Leicester City. Now, Leicester City are huge. I also don't know. I definitely want to. Can I not? Oh, it's under contract negotiations, so we will have the ability to delay it, which is fine, or we should do at least. I'm going to attend this meeting out of courtesy. I can. I've got to go. I've got to go. These opportunities are. I can't turn them down and stay with Bath City, unfortunately. Um. Yeah, I've made up my mind. That's nice. At least it's good terms. I can't do that. Like they're offering me $4,000 a week. That's 4 times what I'm earning right now. Like they're offering me a budget of £11.5 million in League One. Okay, I can delay for 1 week. I want to delay for 1 week. Okay. We will consider your request to delay making a decision on our offer and will respond to you shortly. I don't want to muck this up. Okay, they've agreed to delay. Oh boy. So I have to try and string out the delay. I think we can delay it twice, maybe, to see what comes of Birmingham, Bristol City, and Leicester. Because I don't know what this wage bill thing is about, because they didn't offer me that wage bill. Obviously, then there's Bristol City, who've got a nice wage bill as well. But I mean, look at Leicester. I don't know if we're in with a chance of Leicester, but they are in a similar place in the Championship compared to Birmingham. So, you know, we're in a position here, but I've got games to play with Bath City. We're definitely leaving because we will accept the Portsmouth offer, no matter what. It just depends if the better offer comes in that supersedes the Portsmouth offer. That's lagging, and that looks like a job offer. No, it's an expectations. What? Why does that look like that? Right, I'll be back when I have the next update, but things are escalating big time. So, I've just finished the game against AFC Wimbledon. That didn't turn out very well, let's be honest. Yeah, now, yep, Birmingham have approached me. We will have a decision to make. We've got no transfer budget at Birmingham, but we've got a huge wage budget. This is difficult. This is really difficult. Like, I mean, West Ham want Jay Stansfield. He's worth 20 million plus. He's scored 10 goals in 25 games. If we ended up selling him in January, which isn't ideal by any means necessary, but by any means, I don't know why I put the necessary in the end. But this is This is getting difficult now. They're offering me the same wage as Portsmouth. I'd like a little bit more. So now we've delayed Birmingham, so we have both Birmingham and Portsmouth offering us a job. Now, it is a case of we have to choose Birmingham or Portsmouth unless Leicester or Bristol City come in and give us a job interview. The problem is, Leicester is a no-brainer. An absolute no-brainer. But Bristol City will be... Why have I gone into opposition instructions? Bristol City will be a harder job than Birmingham. And therefore a harder job than Leicester. Leicester are 12th, but they've got huge finances available. Bristol City are 13th, but they have less finances available, but are a mainstay of the championship. Birmingham are 17th, but have more finances available than Bristol City. So we're in a interesting territory here. And I might also be on the chopping block if I take over Bristol City because, well, my dad is a Bristol Rovers fan. So that might be a bit contentious. Anyway, I will come back when we have an update about whatever happens next. Right then, it is decision time. A week has passed. Portsmouth are back in my inbox again. And Bristol City came back and didn't give me an interview. Leicester City came back and didn't give me an interview, which... Not too surprised about Leicester. They said, well, you know, the quality of the competition on offer, we couldn't give it the interview, would have been a good fit, blah, blah, blah. And Bristol City said the same. Which, I can understand Leicester, because Leicester are arguably the biggest team that we were going for. Bristol City saying that when Birmingham offered me the job seems a little bit weird. But I'm not complaining. So, now we have... a big decision to make. Obviously Birmingham have 4 times the size of wage budget that Portsmouth do. Both teams have secure finances. The training facilities for Portsmouth are better. The reputation is both national. So we're fine there. Birmingham have the 7th highest wage bill in the entire championship. So they are competing with the likes of Leicester. Okay, yeah, Leicester have a 1.4 million wage bill, but like they are up there. This is a big decision. A very, very big decision. They want entertaining attacking possession football. I like that from Birmingham, to be honest. They have ESC slots available, supporter culture, develop players using the club youth system, attacking high tempo. Yep, cool. Youth system for Portsmouth. No players on an ESC. Don't sign players over the age of 30. Portsmouth obviously are going to give us that big budget. That £11.5 million budget, which for League One is huge. They also have the 7th highest wage bill, but this is in League One, not in the Championship. When we get to the Championship, which inevitably we would do with Portsmouth, right? If I show you this, we go to the finances. This is the table of finances in the league. Now, Portsmouth, if I go back, take note of those finances because Portsmouth in the team stats in League One sit here. 9.8 million worth of salary per annum, which is cool. Not as much as the likes of Charlton and that, but you wouldn't expect this. Charlton, Millwall, Sheffield Wednesday, Preston are well-established championship teams that have come back down to League One. Plymouth were more of a cameo in the championship and then have come back down to League One. But Portsmouth have had to restructure themselves over the years because of their financial difficulties. In all fairness, Birmingham have had to do the same. That's player stats. I don't want player stats. But when you look at that 9.8 million and then weigh that up against Birmingham's 34 million per season, it's a huge difference. That 9.8 million would put them firmly bottom of the salary table in the Championship. And this is something we have to look at because, yes, we will take Portsmouth to the Championship. And with that 11.5 million budget, we should be able to build a team that will win League One. But when we get to the Championship, the finances will become difficult to build a team that can compete. Whereas with Birmingham's finances, regardless of the fact they have spent obviously 5 million, so there's that to take into account. But when you look at their wage structure and the wage budget, they are a team we can compete with next season for promotion to the Premier League, I think, if we spend right. Remember, we were going for that Watford team who have £61 million in the bank that they were going to give us transfer budget. They have nearly 10 million less in their salary per annum than Birmingham do. So Birmingham City seems like a bit of a no-brainer. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't think it's a way up between instant cash to use in January versus a little bit longer, but a team that we could feasibly take not just to the Premier League, we could take Birmingham to Europe. They're a big enough team to do that with. It would take some years, but it's something we could do. We've been at Bath City for 3.5 years, approaching 4. We're now on the 29th of December in 2028. I think Portsmouth would have been a cool team. And it would have been a team that I would have jumped at the start of this season. But considering what we're doing in this league, we are looking at promotion maybe, which means we would be in the same league as Portsmouth next year. And with where Portsmouth are in their league, they're not getting promoted this year. So, I mean, it's close, but it would be some turnaround. So, I think it's Birmingham. I really do think it's Birmingham. As much as Portsmouth would have been a fun project, Birmingham is better. Oh, I hope I don't regret that. Wowie. Right. All of the Bath contracts are set to expire, all that lovely goodness. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Oh dear. Looks like I've got a lot of stuff to do before I get to the Birmingham contract. Okay, the Birmingham contract is yet to come through, so I think I'm going to show you our swan song at Bath City against Grimsby Town, who are chasing playoffs with chasing an automatic promotion place with us. This is probably almost certainly my last game in charge of Bath City. It's been crazy, absolutely crazy, and it's been a lot of fun. I'll be perfectly honest. We are suffering a lot with all these fixtures because it's the Christmas period and we're playing twice a week, every week. Hanks is injured. I want Robinson on the bench, ideally. Jenkins Davies can play. Sawyer can be benched for a game, maybe. Actually, not really. We're struggling here. I'm not really wanting to start Cullinane Liebert, so I think we will stick with this. I think. And that will be that. Because look at Robinson's condition. He's just not fit enough to play. So there's not much we can do about that. This is it. We got back to winning ways in the last game quite extraordinarily. We stuffed Stevenage, I think 4-1, 5-1 in the end. So we got back to winning ways, and this is it. We are away at Grimsby Town it's a straight it's a dog fight for the last promotion spot, because I believe Grimsby are third and we're fourth. I would love for the Swan Song game for me to leave Bath in promotion places, but I don't know. He was unmarked. Guys, don't do this to me. It's been wonderful. The intro of this series started with Bath City and me telling you that although they've knocked on the door of the Football League a couple of times, they've never made it into professional football. They've never made it in as a Football League team. They've always been just outside of it. And we finally made them a Football League team. And they don't look out of place. They don't look out of place whatsoever. They've got to cut their wage budget by about £1,500, £1,500 ish, because otherwise they won't comply with FFP. But it's not a huge issue, and I hope whoever takes on this Bath City side continues the good work, because we're fourth. I mean, I didn't think we'd have a chance of being up here. When all the problems we had in the transfer window at the start of the season, I thought we were in a lot of trouble. And they proved me wrong. And then there's youngsters like Carlo Griffiths, who have really come on this season. What a cross. It's a shame Sawyer couldn't get that one in the back of the net. And then there's Jenkins Davies, who's been with us from the very start, really. Sawyer, who was one of our earlier signings. Dan Barton. We did some incredible business with this Bath City squad, because there are a few players in here that have been playing for us for a good 3 odd years now. To sign those players back in National League South, and for them to still be playing for us and playing well in League 2 is phenomenal. I mean, Jenkins Davies has 18 goals this season in League 2. Nuts. Can he add to one here? Jenkins Davies, just at the goalkeeper, but I'm proud of what we've done at Bath City, and we could feasibly take Bath City further. We could get Bath City to League 1. Going beyond League 1 is a whole different ball game, because the stadium would be too small. We wouldn't make enough revenue, so then we get hit with the fact that we can't really spend too much. That would already be a problem to try and compete for playoffs in League 1. When you get to the Championship, it's a whole different ball game, as we've seen with the wage budgets when we've been weighing up these moves. So yeah, go. You've got more to offer. Come on. Don't let me end on a loss, please. Please. I don't want to end on a loss. It would be so sad. We have the better stats in the game, but the highlights are going Grimsby's ways as they head just over the bar. I'm wondering whether it's time to bring on Dan Barton in that central attacking midfielder role, and then we bring on Pescator maybe. I don't want to take Griffiths off though. Can he play on the left? I mean, kind of. Is that silly? Feels a little bit silly. Jaden is suffering. I think I have to bring Caroline Liebert on, because if I don't, then Jaden is going to become so unbelievably tired that he's not going to be able to keep up with anyone. Right, Freestone. Jaden. Back to Freestone. To Hancock. Sawyer. To Jenkins Davies. Jenkins Davies in the area looking for an option. Beats his man. Jenkins Davies still going. And Chiwome equalises. That's what we want to see. Lovely work by Jenkins Davies. Just as I'm about to take him off of Dan Barton, he just does his magic and lays it off to Chiwome, and that's, you'd expect Chiwome to score there every single time, and he does. Lovely stuff. As Grimsby come back at us here. Headed away though. Grimsby pick up the loose ball. Can we get out of our own area here? Press out, press out. We don't want to be sitting deep. Long ball out to the right hand side. Grimsby can find a way in here. Looking to surgically open us up here, and they blasted over the bar. We are somewhat lucky there. Dylan Ruward is going to come off for Easier Ahmed. Is there anyone from this Bath City squad that I would take to Birmingham? Maybe Griffiths, because he's got a lot of potential. But aside from that, probably not. Because, yeah, a couple of them I could have taken to Portsmouth. People like Ruward wouldn't have been out of place at Portsmouth. But Dan Barton here. Dan Barton, ooh. But in the Championship, they're way out of their depth. Way out of their depth, so I don't think it's feasible. It would have to be someone with a lot of potential that's very young, and Carlo Griffiths does fit that bill. And there's a few teams looking at him from around those areas. Griffiths now heads it back into the area. It's cleared though. Grimsby looking for the breakaway. As Green commits the foul in the centre circle. 20 minutes left to salvage a win from this away at Grimsby Town, which would be a huge win, by the way, if we could. But here come Grimsby now. Saved by Tom Smith. We're not looking convincing. Regan Clayton can come on, I think. Headed away by Griffiths. Griffiths getting that jumping reach, because I'd seen that he'd had a big development in his jumping reach, and it is evident by some of the stuff he is getting to now. We need that one chance to seal this win. It would be lovely. I'd love to leave it on an away win at Grimsby Town. To leave Bath City in the promotion places. That would be so good. Caroline Liebert gives it to Freestone, who's very tired. He goes long. Controversially, because he's not on direct passing, but okay. Grimsby Town, come back at us. Hopefully the players at Birmingham will listen a little bit more. Cross in, and that's a penalty. Aye, aye, aye. I think it's going to be another one where the result goes the opposite way of our stats, which is sad. Grimsby are back ahead, and now we basically have to throw the kitchen sink at the game. This will open up a fair gap between 4th and 3rd, which, you know, when it's at 6 points, you have to question whether you can really close that gap. It's doable, but these teams, these top 3 teams have been very good. Very, very good. Oh, Grimsby just hit the post. Let's come back in again. This is not the way I would have wanted it. I'll be honest. In the previous 4 games, we've lost 3 and won 1. The one we won was convincing, don't get me wrong, but like, there's no aim on that. I have put them to direct passing, obviously, but there's no aim on it. Come on. Pescator, Lamptey. Lamptey goes long. Ahmed, Chiwome. Chiwome over the top to Barton. Barton shoots, Barton scores. We won't be losing this game. We refuse to lose this game. Oh. What's that saying? Never end on a loss? Would I have to delay the decision again if we lost? I'm not committing to that whatsoever. Tom Smith with the goal kick to Caroline Liebert. Ahmed, back to Smith, back to Liebert. Ahmed again. Lamptey. Caroline Liebert out to Pescator. Barton. Barton can run with the ball down the right-hand side. Lots of space for Barton here. Into the penalty area. Can he do anything? Barton. Oh, it's side netting. I would have hoped Barton put that across goal, but he didn't. And that is that. Grimsby Town 2, Bath City 2. A fair result, I think, in most of the respects. I mean, Grimsby can maybe feel a little bit hard done by. It's a good result for us to be away, to go away to Grimsby Town and get a point, because Grimsby have been very good. They've been on a very good run. So That's probably it. We leave in this condition. In fact, actually, we have a game in hand over Grimsby, so if we win that game in hand, we would go above them again. And we've started to concede a lot more goals as well, which is a bit worrying. A bit worrying, but it looks like it's going to be a job that I'm not going to have to deal with. Will we get the Northampton game before we get a Birmingham City message? It should come any minute, which is why I'm reluctant to put a cut in. But it looks like I might have to. It should come before the Northampton match. The Northampton match is in 3 days. So, well, I'll be back when the offer's here. Here we are then. It is the 31st of December. We are literally going into the new year. We're going into 2029 and we are going to be at a different team. I can't remember what the fixture schedule is. Where's the Northampton game? Literally tomorrow. I'm a bit sad to be leaving them literally on the brink of another game or the next game. So we will keep checking in on Bath City. That is without doubt, because they've been our first club in part-time to all-time. They've been huge. We've taken them to places they've never been before. And they're in a good position. They're in a really good position to be a proper League 2 team, maybe even get a sneaky promotion to League 1. But our time at Bath is over, and our time at Birmingham City is here. Oh, there it is. Oh, Walcott. Walcott also left. He's been with us since the first season. He was with us since the first season because he was the first coach I actually brought into Birmingham. We are now manager of Birmingham City. Oh, we have an excellent youth intake. Oh, I love an excellent youth intake. Oh, I do love an excellent intake. That's a great message to get just as you join a new team. Oh. Right, season expectations. They've actually downgraded it a little bit. I don't mind that one bit. Will you give me more money if I do that? It's not really that much, is it? Not really. Yeah, it's not worth banking for. We'll go for the minimum requirements at the moment. Because, yeah, I don't see... We have £32,000 worth of wage budget available, which in this league isn't that much, but it is what it is. I'm not going to change anyone because I don't want to upset anyone yet. Okay, let's take a look at our first team for Birmingham. Demarai Gray is wanting to explore his options at the end of his contract. Okay. So, who are our best average performers so far? So, we've got a lone player here from Chelsea. Looks pretty good. Very fast. Love that. This person who is a breakthrough prospect. Okay, they haven't featured that much. Demarai Gray has featured a lot, but Demarai Gray doesn't want to stay, it would seem. Maybe that will change if we do well. Phil Newman. Another pacey, but he's a pacey defender. Interesting. Jay Stansfield, probably should know about him. He was the guy that joined Birmingham City when they're in League One for about £12 million. Although it says 16.5 here from Fulham. Broke massive records for the transfer fee in League One. West Ham are after him. This is a regen. He's good. At 18, he's good. He's a good player we've got on our hands here. Okay, nearly 10 million. He's unregistered because he's on loan at St Mirren, which is interesting. Okay, Ellis Sims. Wasn't Ellis Sims at Coventry? Yeah, he's been brought in from Coventry. in the past couple of years, and he has scored a grand total of 2 goals in 3 years. Lovely. Can see why they still need Jay Stansfield. It doesn't look like a bad squad. It doesn't look like a bad squad at all. Lots of 3.5 to 4 star ability players, which is always nice to see. Let's do a vertical tiki-taka. Let's do 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. We were doing 4-2-3-1 at Bath, so I think we should stick with that for now. And then 4-4-1-1-2 DM, as it likes to call it, which is basically the wing has been a little bit more reserved, should we say. Best goalkeeper, Bailey Peacock Farrell or Ethan Horvath. They're both quite good, aren't they? Okay, interesting. We have decisions to make. He's 32. How old is Horvath? 33. I will be going for Peacock Farrell. Our right back, Newman, because he's pacey. Centre back, this guy. We could do with another centre back by the looks of it. Is there another right back? Ethan Laird. What about left back? So Cochrane is going to be our left back, that's for sure. So we've already highlighted a place where we could do with an extra person, and that would be another centre back. Harrison Armstrong looks very good. He can go in there. I don't know why Tomoki Iwata is listed, because he's identified as my best player for that position, so he's going in there. He's 31. Interesting. Right wing, we're going to put McQueen, who looks like a very good player, in that centre role. Anyone out to go up left? Oh, we have options. Okay. So Damari Gray on the left. In the centre, we're going to put this Fletcher person and then Jay Stansfield up front, I think. Which looks pretty good. I mean, he's regarded as a decent Premier League player. Good Sky Bet. Good Championship. Leading Championship. Decent Championship. Good Championship. Good Championship. Good. Leading. Good. Decent Sky Bet League 1. So we could do with a goalkeeper. We could do with another centre back. And we could do with perhaps another defensive midfielder. But we've got the basis of a pretty damn good squad. The problem is, a lot of these players are earning quite a lot of money. This centre-back, for example, is on £40,000 a week. He's on £50,000 a week. Damari Gray is on £61,000 a week. Stansfield's on £39,000. They're on loan from Man U and Chelsea. Everton. Okay. I mean, if Damari Gray wants to explore his options at 32 years old, earning £61,000 a week, I get that he's a good player, but I don't think he's good enough to be demanding those wages when we're 18th in the Championship, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, there's a few players here that are on wages that they just shouldn't be commanding. This guy is listed with good measure, to be honest. I agree with that. He should go. Irving. I've had Irving in another save in FM24, I believe. I like him. He's earning a little bit too much for a squad player, but oh well. So is he. Okay, cool. 14k. This is all the rigmaroles of going through a new team and seeing where the money's wasted in some respects. Horvath is the first choice goalkeeper. Okay. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I don't know why he's first choice goalkeeper. They clearly haven't upgraded their goalkeeper since being in the Championship, which I think they should. It looks like, yeah, he should be listed. I agree with that, because he's not good enough to play for this club in this league. He's an impact sub. I agree with that. He is definitely going to be a big part of our bench, but I need to work out where we're at now because we're literally about to knock on the door of the January transfer window. What I'm probably going to do, I'm guessing we have a game on New Year's Day. What am I doing? Where am I going? Fixture schedule. We have a game on New Year's Day against Ipswich Town. Right. Ipswich Town are 6th. Baptism of fire. Now, good thing is, Huddersfield, Peterborough and Cardiff, they're quite a way away at the bottom of the league. There's a pretty big gap opening up. By the way, Watford's still not winning. They should have appointed me. £61 million in January they would have given me to spend. I could have turned that club into world beaters. Okay, maybe not world beaters, but certainly a very good club. I think what I'm going to do is, to round out this video, I'm going to show you the game against Ipswich, and we will get an idea of just exactly what we've got on our hands here. And then I can do a January transfer window and bring you back for a couple of other games. See you in a bit. Right then, it's time for our first game as Birmingham City manager. And this is what I'm going with. So Peacock Farrell in goal. I've decided to put Ethan Laird at right back with Newman and Clara in the centre-back roles with Cochrane on the left-hand side, then Loney, Harrison, Armstrong in the defensive midfielder role alongside Iwata, and on the right wing we've got McQueen with Fletcher in the centre, Damari Gray on the left-hand side, and Jay Stansfield up front. I think this is possibly our best team. We've got a pretty stacked bench as well. If we can get Sims playing to his potential or what his ability says, then I think it will be big. But we've got Jay Stansfield. Jay Stansfield has interest in West Ham, obviously. If the big offer comes in for Stansfield, then we have to start thinking. But we run with this and see what happens against a very good Ipswich side. I'd like to go positive. Have a higher intensity with a narrow way of playing, out of possession, standard defensive line with a high press, and see where we go from there. There'll be a lot of experimenting we will have to do. I just want to have a look at our roles here because Ethan Laird is at a wing back here. And I'm not sure I want that. So we got our playmaking wing back. I like our playmaking wing backs. He can be the pressing fullback. And then Laird can be a fullback. I think that is a better way of playing that. Iwata, I think we're on. He can be the pressing then, if he wants to be the pressing. And then Armstrong can be the screening. Dropping defensive midfielder is interesting. I think that could be something we could play with as well, which could be rather interesting. Let's just make sure we set up these roles in a good way because I want to get the maximum out of these players that we can, obviously. Wide forward, inside winger, winger. Inside winger. Wide forward, inside forward. Not made my mind up about that. I would like a tracking midfielder though. And then wide midfielder there. Tracking centre forward for Stansfield. I don't want him as a deep liar. We definitely want him on a channel forward. And see how that goes. Honestly, see how that goes. What's BC? That's ball playing, right? Why is it BCB? Oh, because it's not counting the P. That's why. Okay. Enough messing around. Birmingham City. Championship. We have taken a huge step up. And now we got to see exactly what we're in for. Ipswich Town, recently of the Premier League. What can we do against them? This is going to be interesting because this could expose that we are in for a tough ride, especially towards the end of the season, until we can get proper changes moving in, or that we've made a stunning decision. Demarai Gray delivers the corner. Out to Fletcher. Clara. Back to Iwata. Newman to Demarai Gray again. Back to Newman. Demarai Gray advancing down the left-hand side. Can Demarai Gray find something here? Finds Armstrong. Armstrong into the centre. Fletcher deflected. Iwata picks up the loose ball. Now it's Laird. Clara. Newman. Back to Iwata. Clara. I've got a lot of names to learn, because these are all new players. I must admit, I respect Ipswich with the regular old 4-4-2. Don't see much of that now. I respect that hugely. Don't need to see the table right now. We're not in a position where we're like, ooh, look at us. I just want to see results. So, not been an horrendous display so far, which is good. Ipswich are going to have their chances. They're chasing the playoffs. We're a team that has not been in the greatest of form before I arrived, and we're looking to turn that around. We are looking a little bit leggy. Fletcher's taking a knock. Coming up to half-time. I might have to substitute Fletcher at half-time. Ipswich starting to command the game a little bit. Armstrong is very tired. Very tired. Best option to change Fletcher. Looks like Schroha. I'm going to say, I hope I'm saying that right. I think I have to bring Armstrong off as well. Not something I want to do, but it looks like something I have to do. Because he looks dead on his legs, unfortunately. I'll be happy to take a 0-0 draw away at Ipswich, but I feel like that's a lot to ask. Cross comes in from Ipswich. Header away. I'd prefer the higher press than that. Stansfield didn't really do the work there. And that's just over the bar. Okay. Ipswich definitely on top right now. I fear that might be due to the fact that we're tired, which is going to be difficult to rectify. Demarai Gray is obviously struggling. I can't exactly bring Fletcher on, can I, game? Let's be honest. Stansfield's not having a good game. There's the goal for Ipswich. I hate that. Right. Let's try go a bit more direct. Slow the tempo down. Cut the supporting runs. Hit early crosses. Encourage dribbling. Let's balance that out. And pass into space. See if that does anything. It's a difficult one. Ipswich coming forward again. That's a lovely ball to Calvert-Lewin. What a ball that was. We haven't been in the game since about the 30th minute. Long ball. Finds none of the three red players that were there. But Iwata picks up the ball. Schroha finds McQueen. McQueen, long ball out to Molyneux. Molyneux. Can he do something here? Beats his player. Molyneux shoots just past the post. I think early signs are if we get this team fit, things will be a bit better. McQueen. That's a free kick. Can we cross a decent ball in here? That's what we're looking for. Give us some sort of lifeline in this game. Ball goes in, and there's that lifeline. Ethan Laird heads home to give us our first goal as Birmingham City manager. This is what we want to see. We still have 22 minutes in this game. We still could do something. It's a good cross from Irving. And it finds Ethan Laird at the back post, and he nods it home. Good stuff indeed. We have a goal. Can we continue? Can we push forward from that? You wonder. Although this restart doesn't say so. Philogene for Ipswich, and they've instantly scored. Oh, yeah. I'd like to start off picking up a point. Because, you know, morale and all that. This attacking three haven't really done much. Is there anything I can do to influence the game? I can try that. Peacock Farrell in a highlight now with 5 minutes left to go. Looks like he's going to go long, as he should. He's got an instruction too, does indeed. Schroeder and Sims seems to get in each other way, which gives Ipswich the ball. Calvert-Lewin. I fear there's another Ipswich goal here. Here they are, and that's 4-1. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We have a lot of work to do. That's for sure. Oh boy. This is not the start I wanted. Admittedly, starting at Ipswich Town is a bit rough. They've got more resources than we have, and there aren't many teams that have got more resources than we have. Irving, McQueen shoots, McQueen scores. We're scoring goals. The good news is we are actually scoring goals. We've scored 2 against Ipswich away here, which is a good sign. Now we just need to stop leaking goals. If we can stop leaking goals, can we not concede straight from the kickoff? Can we not? Can we not? Can we not? No, don't. Schmolix, no. Oh my... Okay, so we have defensive issues. Noted. Very much noted. Okay. Well, we've lost 5-2 to Ipswich. I mean, we scored 2 goals. I look at the bright side of things. We scored 2 goals from 3 shots on target. But we've shipped a bucket load. Right. Attend a press conference. Oh no, oh no. I need to set up my... Anyway, I need to set up my responsibilities. I have some work to do. I have to, first of all, get a win on the board. Look at this run. They lost 4-0 to Coventry. They lost 4-0 to Coventry. Aye, what is going on here? Look where Coventry are. Okay, they're not down there anymore. Wow, Coventry have recovered. That was a job that was insecure earlier on in the season. We have Wolves next. Did it say we have Wolves next? No, I was going to say. We need to turn things around. I think who is near the top of the championship? Middlesbrough, Sunderland, Ipswich, Luton, Swansea, Burnley. We will come back for the Middlesbrough game then. Middlesbrough and Burnley. Yeah. We'll come back for Middlesbrough and Burnley. Hopefully then I've got some good news for you. But what a video. Been a roller coaster. We're now Birmingham City manager. And we will keep an eye on Bath City, obviously, throughout the save to see how they do without us. But if you've liked this, give it a like. Subscribe if you are new. Hit the bell notification icon if you want to stay up to date with all the up-and-coming videos in part-time to all-time, as well as our weekend series with Liverpool women. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.